When I want to get my drift on, I hook up with CTG and Prodigy at South Point, Scion.
Alright, let's build us some drive shafts here. Okay. Here the ends. Boom, boom, boom. So, popped a little ball into the end of the drive shaft there like that. Of course, the one I did as a test was easy, right? There you go. Then pop it in there. Now, let me try and get one. Try and do one right here where we can see it. Okay, so I'm going to pop up the plastic, push the ball in there, and I'm just going to twist her home. Oops. Twist her home. There you go. But one more chance. Let's watch. Let's get this one. This one's going to be real smooth. Watch. The first one went super smooth. I swear to God. It says I did it without the camera on, right? You know how it is. Okay. Little band. Push her in there. Then I just gave her a little. Oops. Come on. Twist and pop, you know? Okay, I'm going to need some thread lock here. Got it. Alright, so now we have, oops, line up the hole in the ball, put the hole in the U-joint here. Whoops. Oh, there we go. A little stubborn getting it through the hole there, huh? Okay, so gotta make sure we get it into the right hole there. Okay, so now the pin is dropped right through. Now, what we need to make sure happens is that the flat spot on the, oh, is it just all the way around? Okay, that's awesome. See the pins? You don't have a flat spot on one side. See how they've got like a flat spot all the way through them, all the way around. So that's even easier, right? You can't go wrong there. Okay. Turn it so we can access the threaded hole. Get one of our grub screws here. So with this, you know, it's just like when you're doing MIPs. I mean, you know, you want that snug, but don't get crazy, right? You don't want to break or strip anything. It should be just snug against that because there is a little divot there, right? So as long as you're in that little divot, you're set, you've thread locked it, it's going to set up, that puppy's good. You're good to go. Okay, so let's do a couple more of these. Okay. Okay. We've snug that puppy down. We've added a couple more decals to the board. We have a couple more that we're going to add to the board, and then we'll kind of go over the few that we've added here. A couple people probably noticed their sticker up there and they're like, hey, they didn't say anything. Trying to sneak it in there or something, but that's not it. We just we put them up. We were going to do something that never happened, and And so we got a couple decals up, but didn't get a chance to talk about them. So we most certainly will. Don't you worry about that. So the board is we're starting to accumulate some, but I tell you, we're still looking for more decals. I mean, any clubs, anything, man. If it's RC related, hit us up. Okay, last one. Oh, come on. Little bugger, the pin fell on the floor. I so gotta order a mat. I keep saying I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna have to do it here pretty quick. Cut down on my losing parts, you know what I'm saying? Okay. There we go. So thread lock. Thread locking. I've seen some people that tend to be pretty generous with thread lock. This stuff will go a long way and last you forever if you're pretty sparingly with it. Go sparingly with it. You know what I mean? Like, see? Watch a big gob come out now. I can just see it. See, we just want to get in there and soak the threads, right? That's all. We don't need a whole crap load, right? That stuff builds up and makes a mess, and then it's hard to get off of stuff eventually. So just a little bit's all it takes. Thread that puppy in there. Snug. Okay, so there we go. There's our shafts. Hopefully they're going to stand up for a while. So let's mount those on the truck right now while I got these pins out. Okay. Now these thread into the plastic. These pins go into the plastic of the U-joint, so we're not going to use thread lock there. Nice. Pinned in there good, nice and solid there. Yeah, the only concern is, you know, like the axial ones with the ears spreading, eh? So we'll see what happens. Hopefully it doesn't do it too much. That's why I'm pretty much an MIP guy for the most part. Okay. Hey, easy big fella. Alright. Okay, so now let's attach these drive shafts to the transmission here. Simple, simple. Line everything up. Everything has holes and pins on this guy. No flat spotted shafts, eh? Excellent. Okay. The front drive shaft on here. I just realized that the servo I'm going to use, my hitec servo there, doesn't have the screw in it. That sucks. You know how those hitec servo screws are. They're a funny 2.5 or 2.6 mil, whatever the heck it is. I think I've used my supply. I had some hex-headed ones, so you could use the little hex head in them instead of the crappy little Phillips that comes with them, you know. But I think I've used them all up and gave a couple away and stuff. So there we go. Wow, the drive line is attached and good to go. Nice! We're so close now. Okay, so now we can definitely throw the manual away. We don't need that anymore. Okay, so what I decided, okay, how about if we throw the servo on there, huh? Let's get that on there first. Okay, flip it over. Little tip. I see it's not going to be that big of a deal on here, but on the SCX especially, we always take, with the way the wire comes out of the high-tech waterproof servo is kind of funny, right? So always take and fold it down, wrap a piece of tape on it, because what can happen in the SCX application, unless you go chassis mounted of course, it actually rubs on the frame and you'll end up cutting your freaking wires, and it sucks when it happens. I've seen it happen a couple of times, so it's simple enough to prevent, then you don't even have to worry about it, right? Just keeps the wire nice and tight to the servo. Okay, so there we go. And I assume he probably gave us washers and screws for the servo. Somebody threw the manual away, so so I don't know. Let's just see. I said I was going to stick with the manual, and here I keep throwing it away. Oh wow, look at that. They're even, are they? Okay, I see. I thought that they would just use like threaded screw, or self-tapping kind of screw in there, but it actually uses 4 little screws, washers, and nylocks. They went all out on the servo mount. So I'm just matching up screw sizes here. Handy dandy, eh? So I need 1, 2, I got 4 washers, 4 screws, and 4 nuts. Okay. Bam. So I think we all know how a servo gets screwed on, right? Just going to drop the screws and the washers onto the front of it, put the nuts on behind, and I am not going to bore you with that. Okay. So I wasn't even going to show this, but whatever. Screw, washer, goes into the front, into the hole in the servo mount, right? Slide that puppy in there. It's one of those things that's a little tricky to get into, you know what I mean? You gotta hold everything just right. And so I'm even putting the nut into the pliers in just the right way so that the angle works for me, you know. Boom, there we go. It's a little tricky, but you know, it's not that hard. So check out my new wrench. I don't know if I showed this yet. Snap-on, 5.5 millimeter. So oh yeah, I think I filmed it, but I don't think I loaded the video that I filmed it in. So you see the number on there if you're interested. 5.5 mil wrench, snap-on. This is super handy. I mean, I've always had 5.5 driver, right? Nut driver and such, but the you know, that's handy as well. But sometimes the wrench will get into places the nut driver simply won't. So my buddy Ryan, BC Rocks at the shop, one of the Calgary Crawlers, he hit up a snap-on driver. He's been telling me for quite a while he was going to get me one, and he finally did. $27, my friends. $27 for your very own snap-on 5.5 mil wrench. So, like I say, super handy. I mean, knowing me, I just hope the heck I don't lose it, you know? So, but check it out, like even right here, you know, I could be in there with the needle nose trying to grab onto that puppy, but I mean, that is just so simple, right? And how scale is that? Well, I guess it's a little big to be scale, but talk about wrenching. I'm wrenching, boys. Very nice, very nice. Okay, so 27 bucks worth right there, huh? Oh, nice. Anyway. Okay, so there, now we got the servo in. So now we can, oh yeah, we don't have a screw for that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to find one, right? So that's no big deal. I will do that. I have the horn. Just going to use the blue hitec horn that comes with a lot of their servos. That's a great horn for a light duty trail application. We don't use them in the comp application because we beat them up and twist them and they just don't hold up. So let me see if I can find a screw for that, because then I can get the steering linkage all buttoned up, right? So I'm going to see if I can find that, and then that's good to go. Now I can throw this away. Hey, there we go.